Hello YouTube and welcome back to another poll video on the channel here today. Today we're going to figure out what's replacing Dungeon Meshi on the channel. Now I'm going to take an aside here, like I always do, and tell everybody that hey, Dungeon Meshi, really good. Even if you're not into that kind of thing normally, even if you think it may be out of your wheelhouse, I think it breaches the gaps there. I think it's just legitimately good television, regardless of genre. So check it out at your leisure. I would wholeheartedly recommend it to basically everybody. So we're sunsetting that series here right now, and we're looking for something new on the channel. And I had to think to myself, right? I'm like, okay, I'm watching Monogatari. Monogatari is now new. It is currently airing, which is a weird thing to say, but it is. So I'm watching something that's currently airing, along with Apothecary Diaries, which is recently aired. If I was to put another show that was recently airing, I don't know, I just feel like the balance wouldn't be there. I like to, again, go back and watch all sorts of weird stuff, not just the stuff that's coming out right this second. Because again, based on even statistical analysis, probably the stuff coming out right now isn't the best stuff I could be seeing. Like, that's just how time works. Thus, I put a qualifier on this poll, and I guess you would call it a theme. And it's been pretty fun doing a theme, so maybe we'll do it again. The theme is classics, of course, and the arbitrary qualifier for the shows to be classified a classic is that they need to be from 20 years ago or more. 2004, 20 years ago, which is weird to think about, of course. So yeah, I've got 10 shows in front of me. I've been kind of umming and ahhing about a couple, and I've made some decisions there. But ultimately, I think this is what gets the most variety out there on the channel. I try not to have things that I've had on the channel before. I think all in all, I have 4 things. But again, some of them were on polls a very long time ago. Either way, onwards and upwards with the reveal of the shows. Pop over to this tab over here. And yeah, I mean, this one isn't much of a surprise, I wouldn't say. Did pretty well on the last poll, the poll that wasn't even really about classics at all. It just had kind of everything on it. I want to see it. It's fully coolly, of course. FLCL for you nerds in the audience. Gainax production, 6-episode OVA. And yeah, I want to know what it's about. Seems cool. Good music, good vibes. Let's see. Let's go. Next on the list, we have Kino's Journey. Now, this was on a poll previous. I don't remember how well it did, but again, I still want to see it. Obviously acclaimed. The members, the score, oh my god. Something about a talking motorcycle. If I was to guess how it's structured, probably episodically, if I was to say. Anyway, I do not know. But yeah, I mean, 13-episode TV anime, aired in 2003. Fits the bill. Sounds good. Hey, pop it on the poll. Now, the next one's a little bit funny. Just in kind of the context of my channel, right? So I did Review Starlight, thought it was very good, and then went back and did Utena, and I'm like, this is a lot like Review Starlight. And I'm like, okay, yeah, I mean, Utena's obviously amazing as well. And now you're going back one step further again. It's like I'm doing it in the reverse order of the shows that influence the other shows. Of course, it's the Rose of Versailles. It's very, very, very popular, very, very, very influential. The grandmother of shoujo, if you want to call it that. Easily the oldest thing I have on the poll here today as well, coming out in 79 of all things. Jesus. And again, as I talk about in a lot of my videos, obviously that shoujo connection, obviously the connection there to Takarazuka Review, which I've talked about a number of times as well. Seems to be a historical thing, which I'm liking at the moment with Apothecary Diaries as well. Seems to be a hit. This is full boomer core. This is like well before I was born. That's crazy. Next on the list here we have Texhnolyze from Madhouse here, of course. Again, this along with another show on the poll here today is one of these ones that generally get talked about in the same breath as something like Elaine, something that you need to, think about, and, maybe some hard sci-fi concepts and so forth. I'm seeing old mate here has a mechanical arm. Maybe some transhumanism stuff. Oh my god, amazing. Yeah, 22-episode show, came out in 2003. Madhouse is cool. Seems to be a hit. Hey, it was recommended as well. I should say this as well. Every single one of these shows, bar one, was requested in the Discord. So somebody wants to see it. Somebody somewhere. That's all I'm trying to say. Moving swiftly onwards, we have Kido Senshi Gundam 0080 Pocket no Naka no Sensor, of course. Or Mobile Suit Gundam. 80. I don't know how you would say that. War in the pocket. I've been looking for an entry point into Gundam as a franchise for a long time. This was recommended a number of times. I don't know if this is the best jumping off point, but a 6-episode OVA that seems pretty digestible seems to be on the right track, I would say. When did this thing come out? 89? That's pretty old too. So yeah, I mean, cool robots and stuff. That's gonna be like Gundam, right? I don't know. I have no history with the franchise at all whatsoever. It could be anything, really, and that's kind of exciting as well. A lot of sci-fi on the poll now that I'm looking at it, though. Again, you'll see. Next up, we have Alien 9. Now, you may look at this, as I did, and go, huh, that's fucking weird. Okay, sure. But it was recommended a number of times, and then I scrolled down here, and then I was like, what the hell do you mean horror, sci-fi, psychological? And then I look at this, and I'm like, huh. Okay. And then I read a couple of reviews. It says it's like depressing and like kind of terrifying. So, and divisive as well. Like this excited me. This enriched something inside of me. And it is only a 4-episode OVA as well. So it'd probably be like a couple of videos, 2 videos. I think that would be kind of cool. I don't know. Just something out of left field. Alien 9, of course, that I'm talking about here. Next up on the list, Haibane Renmei from Radix. I don't know what the hell a Radix is, but I don't know, angel person, something. This is the other show that's mentioned in the same breath as Lane sometimes, so more Lane type stuff. Sounds cool to me. 13-episode TV anime here, 2002, with of course that psychological tag that I love so much. Hopefully something to dive into a little bit deeper. It seems to be, again, based on the poster, thematic. I would say, strong in theming. Next on the list here we have Gunbuster from Gainax, of course, which came out in 89 as well. Classic mecha, I believe. I think it's mecha. Obviously directed by one Hideaki Anno, which is a very famous director, of course, working on Evangelion. Of course, this being seen as somewhat of the progenitor for that. Again, Gainax, Anno, Evangelion ties. It's not exactly a brainbuster there. Obviously, Gunbuster would come along with Diebuster as well, which is just about the most Gainax-looking thing I've seen in my entire life. So, sure. And both are 6-episode OVAs. So yeah, I mean, it'd be cool to go back to the very start. This, along with the Gundam pick, are kind of an attempt to do that, I think. And if you didn't have enough Anno, how about some Kare Kano here to tide you over as well? His and her circumstances here, of course. Now, I hear that the production here is kind of a nightmare. Hence probably this. But I think that in itself is interesting, in so much as the TV anime of Evangelion went through very similar problems as well. Yeah, definitely a show that comes with a lot of baggage, I would say. But again, it's mostly on the poll here for a bit of variety as well. Because a lot of these shows, outside of a few, are pretty hard sci-fi. Where I'm looking at this at least to me doesn't look like hard sci-fi. So yeah, we scroll down here. Comedy, drama, romance, of course. 26 episodes, airing in 98 to 99. Sounds cool to me. And to round out the poll, by far the most popular show on it, and something that I somehow haven't seen, Samurai Champloo. Champloo? I'm not quite sure how to say that, but let's run with that. This is, I don't know what you would call it. It's not a shonen, but it's like an action show, I believe, about like a guy with a katana. That sounds pretty cool. These character designs look amazing. Of course, it's Shinichiro Watanabe as well, very famous anime director. And yeah, I mean, well regarded, very popular. I haven't seen it. Music by, this is like Nujabiz, right? I don't know. I like his music as well. So yeah, I mean, cool. I think this is cool. Let's throw it on the poll. And yeah, this is the one show that wasn't requested, which is weird. And now that I think about it, I haven't really even seen Cowboy Bebop like that either. So I don't know. I watched like one episode, then got bored. But that was a long, long time ago. Anyway, enough about that. Let's talk about the poll itself, because there is going to be a few changes here. So, last time on the poll, I split 2 polls between the Patreon and the public. This time I'm just doing the 1 poll, and there will be a question within the poll differentiating between Patreon and public members, right? It'll be something like, write your Patreon name if you're a patron, and then we'll go from there. Then I can just kind of verify that. If I get 2 answers of the same thing, then I can ask the person directly through their email, say, hey, what did you actually want to pick? And then obviously delete the other answer. If people are trying to manipulate shit, which they sometimes do, they have done in the past. Either way, more to the point, this poll will run for about 5 days until Saturday, I think, something like that, where then I will pick a show and I will watch it. And the next episode will be out on the Patreon first, of course. So yeah, shoutouts to that. I don't have much else to say. May the best show win. Thanks for supporting the channel and everything. I don't know. I really don't know what's going to win here. It'll be very interesting to watch. So yeah, I'm going to go upload this now. Goodbye. Thanks for voting.